Welcome to the session Analysis of Variance. So in previous class we discussed about bivariate analysis and multivariate analysis. From the multivariate analysis we are very clear that what are the various tests available for processing the data. Then what is ANOVA and MANOVA? Yes, a little bit difference is there. I think you are aware about testing the difference between sample and the population with the help of sample mean and population mean. Okay. Why we are conducting this test? Whether the sample is drawn from the particular population or not, one thing. Or the population is it representative of, so the sample is it the sample is representative of the population or not? Thing. Or from the sample, what are the characters of the sample? Will the population have the same characteristics or not? Okay, either we are studying the association between the population and the sample. We study the characteristics of the population. Is it in par with the sample? Or studying the characteristics of the sample and we are projecting the population may have the same characteristics. Okay, so here we are comparing two grouped data. Okay, is the significant difference between means of two samples. If we take any grouped data, we are finding out the mean. Okay, then we are comparing the mean. Okay, that through the z-test or t-test. I think you worked out this z-test and t-test in your stat in a mathematics paper in the first semester. Okay. So the significant then, but it is difficulty arises when happen to examine the significance of the difference among the more than two sample means at the same time. Okay. Here there are only one classroom. Okay, good. If we want to compare 2 or 3 classrooms, the performance, or 2 or 3 batches performance, say for example in a school there may be more than one section, 12th standard A, B, C, like that. What about the class performance of 12th standard A with 12th standard B and 12th standard C? If you only 2 A and B, then this 2 sample test is enough. Z-test and t-test is enough. Okay. So it is more than 2. We are going for further. The ANOVA technique enables to perform simultaneous tests, and we can draw inference about whether the samples have been drawn from the population having the same mean. That is, all the 3 group of data have same characteristics or not. It is also possible by the earlier method. First we have to compare group A with group B, then group A with group C, and again B with C. Like that we have to come to a conclusion. But here it is not like that. So we can directly compare all the 3 groups. Okay. There may be a variation between samples and within the sample. The various variety of seeds, fertilizer, soil differs in the yield or not. Okay. So here what I said is in one particular land different type of seeds are cultivated, or in one particular land different type of fertilizers are there. Is there any difference in the yield because of the changes in the seed or changes in the fertilizer, or the same seed in a different soil is there or not? So across 3 different type of samples we are testing the mean. A manager can analyze the performance of the various salesmen in order to know whether their performance differ significantly or not. So whether the individual salesman, okay, is it in par with the population or not? Okay. So one can investigate any number of factors which are hypothesized or said to influence the dependent variable. If we take only one factor and investigate the differences among its various categories having numerous possible values, said to be one-way ANOVA. If we are investigating 2 factors at the same time, it is two-way ANOVA. So here analysis of variance, okay, that is based on the variance. you know about the mean, median, variance, and standard deviation. I think you understood about the variance. And here, based on the variance, we are testing. So a simple example. So here there are variety of wheat, wheat type A, type B, type C. Okay. It is cultivated in plot 1, plot 2, plot 3, plot 4. So here variety A is one sample, variety B is another sample, variety C is another sample. Okay. So within this variety there may be a variation. Okay. And again between the variety B there may be a variation. Between C there may be a variation. And another thing, is there any variation between variety A and variety B? Is there any variation between variety A and variety C? Or is there any variation between variety B and variety C? Okay. So if you analyze the variation between A, it is within, but A is compared with B between. So here the mean of variety A is 6 plus 7 plus 3 plus 8. 10, 18, 24 divided by 4. The mean of variety A is 6. Similarly, the mean of variety B is 5. Mean of variety C is 4. 5 plus 4, 9. 12, 16. 16 divided by 4, 4. Okay, then this is mean of individual sample, individual variety. Mean of all the samples, average of averages. Okay, so here these are all averages, these are all mean. Or what about this mean? All the sample mean. Okay. That is x double bar is equal to x1 bar plus x2 bar plus x3 bar. 6 plus 5 plus 4, 15 divided by 3, 5. Okay, this is mean of sample means 5. Then population of variation between samples. Here we are finding out the variance, that is n1 sample 1. How many samples in the sample 1? How many elements? x1 bar minus x double bar whole square. So x1 is 6. Okay. Then x2 is x double bar is 5 whole square into number of samples 4. Then x2 is 5, x2 bar is 5, and x double bar is 5. Okay, 5 minus 5 whole square into 4. Okay, then 4 minus 5 whole square. So population of variation between samples is 8. In population of variance within sample, okay, x1 minus x1 bar whole squared. x1 is 6, x1 bar is 6, then okay, then x2 is 7 minus 6, x1 bar is 6, x3 is 7, okay, x1 bar is 6. So like that, x1 minus x1 bar, x2 minus x2 bar, x3 minus x2 bar. Then coming to this sample, x1 is 5, x2 is 5, x3 is 3, and x4 is 7. Then x2 bar is 5. Like that we are calculating, and the population of variance within the sample is 24. And so total variance again, individual x1, x2, x3 minus x double bar. So 6 minus 5, 7 minus 5, 3 minus 5. So that will give a total variance. Okay, alternately SS for total is SS between sample and SS within sample. So 8 plus 24, 8 plus 32. So if you construct the table, source of variation between sample 8, degrees of freedom, number of samples minus 1, 2, and 8 by 2, 4, and there is 8 by 4, nothing but SS divided by degrees of freedom 4, and within sample 24 minus divided by 9, 2.67, then 4 divided by 2.67, the F value at a degrees of freedom 2 and 9, it is 1.5 and it is 4.26 F ratio. So based on the table, the above table shows that the calculated value of F is 1.5, which is less than the value of 4.6 at 5% significant level, with the degrees of freedom 2 and 9. This is F ratio is calculated value. Okay, so here, and we have some formula that 4 divided by 2.67 is 1.5. This is the calculated value. And degrees of freedom from the F table we can calculate. For degrees of freedom 2 and 9, it is 4.26. The analysis support the null hypothesis of no difference in the sample means we may therefore conclude that the difference in wheat output due to varieties is insignificant and it is just a matter of chance. So there is no significant difference due to the varieties. Okay, it is due to a chance. So what I am saying is, yes, here the 3 varieties are compared based on the variance within the sample and between the sample. It is called as ANOVA. Okay, analysis of variance. Okay, within one it is 1-way ANOVA, it is more than 2-way ANOVA. So to say ANOVA is nothing but comparing samples more than 2. It is 2. Yes, we can do it through correlation analysis or something like that, or between Z test and T test. It is more than that, we have to go for F test. Okay. Then next slide is coming as MANOVA. And in the previous session, when we discussed about multivariate analysis, the end of the class we discussed one is the multivariate analysis technique. So is there any dependent variable is there or not? No. Okay. Are there any dependent variable? Yes. Are there any dependent variable? Yes. And the yes, again, is the dependent more than one dependent variable? Yes. Okay. So here what I am saying is dependent variable is there, and that too more than one dependent variable. Okay. So here we are coming to that the dependent variable exists and there are more than one dependent variable. And are the dependent variable are metric or non-metric? If it is metric, okay, and non-metric, okay. So here metric, let us take there are more than 2 dependent variable and it is metric. The dependent variable is metric. Again another check, another question is, are the independent variable are metric or non-metric? If the independent variable are metric, canonical analysis. If the independent variable are non-metric, then MANOVA. So what I am trying to say is, in this MANOVA analysis, there are dependent variables, that too more than 2 dependent variable, and the dependent variable more than 2 dependent variables are metric, and for that dependent variable there are independent variables. For this more than 2 dependent variables there are independent variables, and the independent variables are non-metric. Non-metric in the sense it is a nominal scale and ordinal scale. Then we are go for the analysis MANOVA. Are you clear? There are dependent variables. The dependent variables are more than 1. 2 dependent variable, 3 dependent variable, and the dependent variables are metric, and for that dependent variable there are so many independent variables and the independent variables are non-metric. Then we are going for MANOVA. Okay, we'll come to the slide, MANOVA slide. So now you understand about the MANOVA is having more than 2 dependent variable, and for that 2 dependent variable there are so many independent variable. That independent variable having the category of non-metric, then we have to go for MANOVA. So in this MANOVA analysis, is there any relationship between the the dependent variable, two dependent variable or not. Okay, so ANOVA is applied properly that the dependent variables are correlated. Okay, correlated. If the dependent variables are unrelated, there would be no necessary for a multivariate test. Okay, so here the dependent variables are correlated. Each and everything is related. If both the dependent variables are unrelated, we don't need to come for the multivariate test. Straight away we are going for multiple regression or regression. Multivariate regression, multiple regression or linear regression. If the multiple regression, there are more than two independent variable in a single, only one independent variable. So here what I am saying is, in the MANOVA test is meant for two dependent variable. The two dependent variables are related, correlated, and MANOVA is applied properly. The dependent variables are correlated. So we are in a problem. That is, there are two dependent variables. That dependent variables are correlated, having some relationship, having some association. One is influence others. Then we can't do this with a regression analysis, even with a multiple regression. Okay, so regression is only for one dependent variable. Then MANOVA or other multivariate techniques is meant for more than two dependent variable. Okay, so come from that. MANOVA is commonly used as a multivariate technique and it assess the relationship between two or more dependent variable and classify three variables or factors. In business, it can be used to test the difference among the samples of employees, customers, manufactured items, and so on. So MANOVA is the extension of bivariate analysis. MANOVA is similar to univariate ANOVA with added ability to handle several dependent variables. In ANOVA, only one dependent variable, but in MANOVA, more than one dependent variable. That too, the dependent variables are interrelated each other. If ANOVA is applied consecutively to set of interrelated dependent variables, error will occur. See, if ANOVA is applied consecutively to set an interrelated dependent variable, that is interrelated, analyzing the interrelated dependent variables under the ANOVA is not possible. Okay. So, but MANOVA can correct this by simultaneously testing all the variables, all the dependent variables and their interrelationship. So MANOVA is meant to testing more than one dependent variable or even two dependent variable simultaneously. Okay. MANOVA examines the similarities and differences among the multivariate means, different sample means, different set of data means and scores, and several population. Okay, different mean scores and of several population. There are so many populations, 3 or 4. Its mean score or in the variable, its mean will be tested in the MANOVA technique. The null hypothesis for MANOVA is that all of the centroid mean are equal. Okay, HO null is M1 is equal to mu1, that is average of 1, 2, 3, 4 is n. The alternative hypothesis that it is not equal. So here again mean is tested. When the MANOVA is applied properly, the dependent variables are correlated. If the dependent variables are unrelated, there would be no necessity of multivariate test. If the dependent variable, more than one dependent variable is there, it is not correlated. There is no association between the two dependent variables are unrelated. Then we go for a regression, multiple regression or simple regression. This technique is considered appropriate when several metric dependent variables are involved along with non-metric explanatory. Here non-metric explanatory in the sense independent variable. Earlier in the diagram I told that the dependent variables are metric and independent variables are non-metric. So there are three conditions for the MANOVA test. Okay, one is more than one dependent variable. Okay, and the dependent variables are correlated, that is some association. It is not correlated. If they are not interrelated, there is no need of a MANOVA. So the two dependent variables are related, and that too metric. And this dependent variables depends on some other independent variable, and the independent variables are non-metric. Okay. The market researcher may be interested in using one test market and one control market to examine the effect of an advertising campaign on sales, as well as awareness, knowledge, and attitude. So here there are two sample. One is test market. We are going to apply the advertisement techniques or advertisement promotion, all these things on the test market, and one is control market. Okay. So what is there any significance difference between the effect of the advertisement on the test market and without that control market? Without that, is there anything or not? Okay. Okay, now sales as well as awareness, knowledge, and attitude. Okay. So I hope you have certain clarification. What is analysis? What are the various analysis there with the help of previous session and this session. Okay. So until this, we are clear about data collection method and the questionnaire, how to construct the questionnaire, what is sampling, what are all the various analysis. Okay. So in coming classes, we will discuss about various test, maybe correlation, various analysis. We are coming classes, we will discuss about various analysis. After completing the analysis, we will go for test. Anyhow, already you studied Z-test, T-test, F-test in STAT. However, once again, we will revise that in the test, the hypothesis testing and other Z-test, F-test we will study at the end after understanding what is analysis. Okay, thank you.